It's kind of cold out today. What's Mr. Bob up to?
Something very intricate. Watch this piece of pipe right here. Okay.
The side?
Yeah, go on the other side, but do not make contact with that piece of pipe right now.
Alrighty.
My hand is in front of it.
Hit the pipe? Okay.
Do not hit that pipe. Very tricky. You build a whole guitar and now you got to drill 6 tiny little quarter, for me anyway, mine are 1/4 inch. Hold on. Okay, I like that there. I'm going to clamp that. I'll clamp my jig down.
I'm gonna get close up on your little jig there.
Well, so you understand, this jig the guitar is clamped in is just sitting on top of the press table. I mean the milling table. This fits in a milling vise that gives me a flat thing, that's all, okay? But this piece can come off and
Okay.
be maneuvered around. Watch
I have
that
to come
pipe.
over here. I'm not going to hit the pipe.
Okay.
Give
So
me-
I'm going to use 3 bits to make the hole I need. Okay. Let me first explain what the hole is all about. Do I have one here? Thought I had one. Okay, here. There's a piece of swamp ash, okay? My ferrules look like this. Okay, they're 3/4 of an inch long. And they're not 1/4 inch, they're 4/1000 less. This first bit is a 1/4 inch bit. Drills this outside hole, see? So there's a little bit of room.
Bob's finger is an outside hole.
See, that's a little loose, okay?
Okay.
But not when you get down in that hole. When you get down in that hole, that's going to be really, really tight, okay? It's going to be the exact size of this. Now, the reason why is you're going through the finish. I need a hole that's 890 thousandths deep, okay? Here, I need to go in 890 thousandths, and that's a pretty deep hole. So if you tried to do that with this 1/4 inch bit all the way down, you'd have a problem because you'd be really heating up the finish because that bit would be working this far. This is 890 thousandths. That bit would be working that hole on here. No good. So what do? I get real tricky. Watch this. I got a 250 bit here. Okay?
1/4 inch
Right.
for regular people.
And I'm going to go down 140 thousandths. That's the distance of the hole above.
Plus the thickness of your...
The ball of the string. I'll tell you that in a minute. Hold on. Plus the thickness of the tape. So I'm going down 500 and I don't know. I forget 540 thousandths or something because this
A little over 1/2 inch.
this steel plate and the tape under it on both sides equals 384 thousandths. Okay. All right. So I've already drilled all these 3 here. This is the 4th one. So now
Extricate that bit.
I want a hole this big down 3/4 of an inch. So and it won't touch that outside hole because it's 4/1000ths less. So the paint is done being screwed with, okay? Now, this is a machinist bit, a size D. That's how come it's that exact size. Can I send this down through there? Yeah, maybe, but it's going to wander because it's not a brad point bit. Okay?
Why is a brad point not wander?
Brad point doesn't wander because a brad point has a spike in the middle of it which aligns the bit at all times on its way down. Okay? So
I'm
now
not sure I caught that
I
bit
am
anyway.
going to take a 3/16 brad point. Okay?
Chuck it up.
Yeah, and this milling machine has this hole
Up, chuck it.
dead centered, okay? And I'm going to send that thing down.
To make a straight hole.
And I'm going to send that thing down to my 890 thousandths off the top of the guitar. Okay?
So this is the smallest bit you're using, is the brad point.
Yep. And now I'm going to take my bit that's going to allow me to hammer those string plugs down in there. This bit fits.
So this is your machinist bit.
Yeah, this bit fits so tight to what I machined my plugs to,
Your ferrules.
my ferrules, And this bit, if all goes well, like it's supposed to, and it usually does, will not touch that painted hole. That's already been done on the brad point. And this bit's just going to enlarge that 3/16 hole. I'm going to take it in one quick shot, and I'm going to get out of there. Okay, now, so if you were drilling regular string ferrules, you should really have a step bit to countersink them. These are not stock. These are my own design. I put a stainless steel sleeve in this hole right here. This hole above the ferrule. I put a stainless steel sleeve that winds up flush with this, and that sleeve has nothing to do with hooking the ball of the string or the tone of the guitar. It's just a cosmetic thing to butt up against that hole. So it looks like the outer edge of a giant stock ferrule that's
Only a
countersunk.
skinny one.
Right. So the trick behind this is that these two locating holes have to be, say 1/8 inch, let's say, right? They have to be on your original template before you do any shaping of a body or anything. When it's just square right off the router table, so you can locate those two outside holes exactly where they are on the top of the guitar. Exactly.
We showed you doing that.
We showed me doing that in another video. And then at that point, what I do at that point, you see the pin is a 1/8 pin. It's stuck in that little 1/8 hole in there. So I only need those two locating holes. But now I got to drill these two outside holes. Okay?
Yeesh.
Watch the pipe here, please.
Watch it. Okay.
Now I got to drill those two outside holes.
This is the trickier part.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna try to
now
get-
I'm gonna.
Oh, you have to play. Okay, so you're putting that in there so that the piece of metal can't scooch over any.
All right, and I'm gonna take my first bit now. Actually, I gotta undo my my clamps first. Okay, step back, sweetheart. Back.
Oops. Alrighty.
Now I'm gonna do my outside holes. Okay. So you would be drilling. You would have these holes be 5/16, and you would be drilling if you were using a stock thingamajig, and you would be using, you would be using a. Don't hit this, please. You would be using a 5/16 bit, and then just setting the head on top of the guitar, if that's how you like to do that. I don't like that. I like them countersunk, but I don't want to hear any metal. I don't hear any metal. Okay. Now every bit has got some warp. You're going to hear metal somewhere. You're going to hear a light squeak somewhere down the line, but on this hole, no, because this hole's so shallow, you won't. But when you're using a template like this, I got to get in here, sweetie. When you're using a template like this,
I'm just standing where you told me.
you want to, that metal template jig, you don't want to wear it out. You don't want to use it as a locator. Let me find that hole, and then you can do that with drill rod, and you'll ruin your bits doing that too. This is a better way to do it. Center it. I'm gonna turn it on again, make sure I don't hear nothing. Okay, I don't hear no steel, so here we go. Outside hole, loosen my clamp, here we go. The outside hole.
Bob doing his thing.
Bingo.
Oh, it's all done?
Oh,
that's the brad point one.
That's the brad point.
I know because I can see it's got the little pointy stick thing out.
Okay, now 3/16.
Now the D.
Brad point.
Oh wait, you got two brad points. Oh, okay. You did the quarter, and then you did. Okay.
Yeah, I can't stick this through.
Okay.
It won't. It will not ride.
So the one you just did was the 1/4 inch.
Yep.
To make it so you don't tear up the paint to make room
Right.
for the sleeve.
This
Oh,
bit-
that's wibbling.
It's okay. This bit could stand to be a little newer. This hole is being opened up, so
That's the smallest one now.
yeah. If I set this slightly different, like this, it would maybe be a little, no, then it's even worse.
Okay.
All right, so now is the bit that makes it all happen.
The D
This is the
bit.
exact size to these ferrules. These are longer ferrules I use on a different guitar, not a Stratocaster, but
The all the way through ones.
yeah, they go all the way through and touch the bridge on the bottom. It's a great design, but a little too much steel for me. I like the 3/4 inch long one, buried down into the guitar ways. Okay, here we go. Okay, get it out of there. Now, what I got left
Is you got to do the other end.
is one hole. And since this video's been so boring to us, now I'm going to pull this one. It's like playing one of those games, those little games, you know. I could take them all out because these clamps are holding this metal bar very substantially, okay? But I'm not interested in
Testing your luck.
no, I know, I know. It's just why not pin it, you know? And I'm gonna put my other pin with this pin. You can show these pins right here for a second if you want. And if I was drilling, if I was drilling 3/8 ones, I would be using these.
Well, my dad used to say, and I don't know if he made it up or heard it somewhere else. If you give yourself a chance to fail, you likely will.
What's
So,
that got to do with what I just said?
well, using those pins, making less likely of a chance to fail.
Oh, okay. You
That's
know
what
what
I'm
my
saying.
dad used to say?
I don't know. I'm sure it's
He
going
used
to
to
be
say,
funny.
"God damn it, I cut it twice and it's still too short." That's funny, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Well,
it is funny when you
that's
think
not
about it.
that's not what we want to hear on this, huh?
Especially if you knew him and how much of a perfectionist he was. You never knew when he said that. You'd be looking at the piece of wood going, "Oh shit, did he fuck it up?" You know?
You just done an F-bomb.
Oh, wow.
Stop with
Okay.
the F-bombs.
So, I'm on the last hole. Of course, you didn't have to watch me drill the first 3. So you've seen...
4.
Okay, now that's not right because I heard it touch the bit, okay? So I'm going to center it 2 ways. This way, that'll pull that thing around a little bit. I hear no steel. Down just a bit, I hear no steel. Okay, so I'm going to clamp this. Yeah, it does take like an hour to drill one set of holes for the ferrules. And then this body, as you can see, this body's sanded pretty flat. Then this body goes back into the booth for its last 3 coats, which will clean over those holes really nice. And if you drill your holes before you paint, good luck keeping the paint out of them the whole time. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's a dilemma, okay? It sucks this way and it sucks the other way. Tremolo guitars are easy. You don't have to worry about this. But on these guitars, this is definitely always some no metal. Perfect. And that's the hole that counts because that's the hole that I'm going to put my stainless steel sleeve in. Okay. Now, can you do this on a regular drill press? Yeah, but you better have a freaking good one. Not that one's okay. That's a halfway decent drill press over there, but I wouldn't trust it with this job. I've seen plenty of drill presses and own plenty of drill presses. I just keep that light small one because this one will do it anything way more accurate than any drill press. So, and I'm not using all the features. I can time off my cut here with my 0 set. Turn this on and dial down to exactly. But I'm so old-fashioned, right? I want to see that piece of tape just line up. That's it. Just hammer these in. If they're 10,000ths up or down, that would mean the top of the ball would be 10,000ths difference from the top of this guitar. And find me 2 string balls that are within 20,000ths. You know.
So this is a 3/16 Brad.
Yeah. This is the depth hole.
This is making the guide for the last hole.
Yeah, there's one thing I don't like about this setup, but you have to compromise some things. The one thing I don't like is when I smash that ferrule down, yeah, its outside edges are going to hit hard, but there's a hole in the middle that goes all the way through the guitar. So about this much in, there may be a little airspace. And we're talking, 20, 30 thousandths in, if that, on each side of this edge, because these bits are pointed and they're not flat, okay? But the whole point of this is to get a 3/4 inch hole. If all you needed was a 3/8 hole, you can do it in one shot. But when you need a hole that's 890 thousandths deep and you're doing it through the finish, just about any bit you use is going to torque and force, and it's got to come all the way back out through the paint job. This bit's never going to touch the outer rim of the paint because this bit is 4 thousandths bigger.
So this is the D bit now.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the last one?
Yeah, that guitar is drilled.
Woohoo!
Say goodbye. But that they saw the beginning template being used to locate the front holes, and I roughly explained how I do it before there's 3 coats of paint left on the guitar. And 3 coats of paint will not fill those holes up. It'll just seal them off nice, and then I can give this guitar its last sand.
That looks like Dirty Bird.
It is Dirty Bird. It's all bird's eyed.
That's what I was noticing.
Okay. Please watch the pipe when you exit.
Watch the pipe.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.